B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh V'Natzliach. Welcome back to another day of positivity. We said that the ultimate goal of our days of Selichot is not only to say lip service the 13 attributes of mercy, but is actually to carry them out, to personify them, because the Rif has a girsa Rav Ovadia brings, Ya'asu lefanai, do it in front of me. And since we become godly, that's why we deserve forgiveness. Because the source of all sin, like the Marchu says, character counts. Either we sin because of lack of knowledge, which is not such a big sin because we're not rebelling against God, but the source of all sin is from our character. Either we're lazy, or we get angry, or we have ga'ava, which blinds when we worship ourselves and have vanity and ego and haughtiness. So the second of the attributes of God is RAKHUM, which is one of the hallmarks of the Jewish character, is that we have to have a lot of mercy. Because when we have mercy, God has mercy on us. Now, Rabbi Mutzafi brings a beautiful thing. RAKHUM is talking about that one should have mercy upon people which really do deserve mercy, like orphans and widows, poor people, people that are sick. So that's how we have to emulate the Almighty. The Almighty is a Rachum, which means he is very easygoing and merciful on people because they're having a hard time in life. Either they don't have a parent or they don't. But other Mefarshim actually explained that what does Rachum mean? That Rachum means that God is compassionate, that he protects us from self-destruction. So sometimes we have to realize that whatever we want is not good. We always have to say Gamzu Latova, something that we think is the too much money. People sometimes worship money and think their money is God, which is the ultimate idol worship. But sometimes lack of money is the biggest blessing, because when it's a much harder test to be humble and wealthy and be a ben Torah, be spiritual and wealthy, than when you're not so. Because with power and money comes a lot of, we know the story of Korach. Now, finally, we wanted to talk about the Tomer Devorah. He says something unbelievable. He says that this is a deeper manifestation of Rachum. Means God. God is so much full of mercy. It's basically impossible for us human beings to realize how patient God is. Because every time we sin, what happens? Every time we sin, we create a negative angel, like it says in Pirkei Avot. And this angel is constantly coming to the heavenly court and asking, he becomes in cahoots with the Satan and asks God to punish us. And God is so merciful that he tells these negative, anytime you say Lashon Hara or any sin, you create, unfortunately, a negative angel. Now, these angels, God has to sustain him, kind of against his will. They're from the dark side. And God doesn't like to give his life force to these negative angels. But yet, God always quiets them down. And finally, he tells them, listen, we need to be patient, because this person is my child and I love him, because God has an unlimited love for us, and I'm sure he's going to repent. So kind of like it's this thing where God has made us a partner in creation, and when we do negative actions, we create these negative angels that create havoc, and God doesn't want them to exist. And from here, the Tomer Devorah says we have to learn how much even people that are evil to us and not nice to us, we still have to, since they're a fellow Jew, We shouldn't just throw them in the trash and take revenge against them, but we should follow in the path of our Creator to have this unlimited amount of patience and mercy on others, because that's the way God treats us. That's how we have to treat others.